The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan podcast by night, all day.
Good googly moogly. Ladies and gentlemen, today is insane. We've got Richard Pryor in the house, one of the greatest comedians who ever lived. I don't even know how to intro this, man.
Good googly moogly? Joe, you sound like my grandma when she dropped her church hat in the collection plate.
You're the guy everybody I've ever talked to points back to. Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, comics at the store, all roads lead to Pryor. If you were around today, you'd probably own Netflix.
Own Netflix? Shit, I'd be on Netflix, Hulu, TikTok, and your mama's DVD player. I'd be dropping specials every week just to pay alimony.
That's the crazy part. Back then, there wasn't even cable. Now you've got YouTube kids becoming millionaires by doing skits in their bedroom, but you had to fight for stage time, work smoky clubs, bomb in front of drunk strangers.
People ask me how I figured out comedy. I didn't. Comedy figured me out. I was broke, scared, black, and funny. You tell enough jokes, people either pay you or beat your ass. Lucky for me, I got laughs more than lumps.
Your whole childhood, man, it's wild. Growing up in a brothel, being surrounded by hustlers and pimps, and somehow you turned that into material. Most people would have crumbled under that weight.
My childhood, man, it was like living inside a blues song. Prostitutes cooking breakfast, drunks stumbling through the hall, cops raiding the place every other week. You don't need writers when you got that.
I think that's why comics worship you. You weren't afraid to be raw. Race, sex, addiction, cops, nothing was off limits. You opened the door for truth-telling and stand-up.
But see, Joe, life ain't got no filter. Why should comedy? People out there dying, struggling, hustling, loving, fighting. I put that on stage so they'd feel seen.
And honesty is the hardest thing in comedy, right? Like, the audience knows when you're bullshitting. You get on stage and lie, people sniff it out instantly.
I wasn't thinking about changing culture, hell no. I was just trying to get through the night without getting locked up or shot. But somehow people said I was speaking for them.
What blows my mind is how you turn tragedy into laughs. That story about setting yourself on fire while freebasing, you almost died. And then you're on stage joking about it. Who does that?
Freebase? Yeah. I became the Human Torch before Marvel cast one. I lit myself up like a barbecue grill. Scared the hell out of everybody, especially me.
Most people would have disappeared after something like that. But you came back sharper, funnier, more fearless. It's like pain sharpened your blade instead of breaking it.
But here's the thing. If you can laugh at damn near burning yourself alive, you can laugh at anything. That's survival. You joke about it, you breathe. You breathe, you live.
I think that's what makes you timeless. You didn't just do jokes, you exposed nerves. You showed audiences that the ugliest, darkest shit could still be funny. And that's healing.
That's what comedy is, Joe. A life jacket. Keeps you floating when the world's trying to drown you.
Dude, I've had comics on this show talk about how your albums changed their life. They'd sneak into their parents' room, steal your records, listen under the covers, and it blew their minds.
I always told the truth, even when it hurt. Sometimes, especially when it hurt, the audience don't want fairy tales. They want to know somebody else feels what they feel.
Because you weren't just telling jokes, you were telling truth. America needed that. People were terrified to talk about race, cops, poverty, and you just hit them with it head on.
Folks say, Richard, you were fearless. Shit, I was scared all the time, but I put the fear in the joke. That's the trick.
Comedy clubs today feel easy compared to what you faced. I mean, back then, a black comic saying the things you said, that was dangerous.
Being a black man with a mic back then, that was dangerous. Every set was like walking a tightrope over a police station. But I leaned into it because the truth needed telling.
I don't think younger comics understand that risk. You weren't just trying to make people laugh. You were fighting the system, man. That mic was a weapon.
Eddie Murphy, Chris Rock, Dave, those cats picked up the torch. I just showed them you could take your pain, light it up, and let people laugh. That's the legacy.
And you influenced everybody. Eddie Murphy, Rock, Chappelle, the whole lineage traces back to you. Hell, even me, doing long-ass podcast rants, it's about honesty, which is what you pioneered.
And don't get it twisted, I bombed plenty. I ate shit on stage more times than I can count. But bombing teaches you more than killing. You learn what's real.
What's nuts is, You could crush in any room. Black audiences, white audiences, Vegas, the hood, didn't matter. You connected with humans.
See, Joe, the audience is like a lie detector. You fake it, they smell it, you tell the truth, even if it's ugly. They laugh because they recognize it.
That's why I say you'd thrive today. Social media, streaming, people are starving for authenticity, and that's what you embodied. You'd be bigger than anyone.
Comedy saved my life more than once. Drugs tried to kill me. Women tried to kill me. Sometimes I tried to kill me, but the stage always brought me back.
You always said comedy was survival. I get that. I see comics today use humor to process trauma, addiction, depression, but you were doing that decades ago.
And yeah, I connected with all kinds of people. Didn't matter if they were black, white, rich, poor. Pain is universal. Laughter too.
That's what I admire most. You didn't run from pain. You dragged it on stage, lit it up, and made the world laugh with you.
If I came up today, I'd be dangerous. Twitter would cancel me every Monday and I'd sell out arenas every Friday.
And man, you still inspire. Every comic alive owes you a debt, whether they admit it or not.
But that's what comedy's supposed to do, make people uncomfortable enough to think, then laugh so they can handle the thinking. So when folks call me the blueprint, I just laugh. I wasn't building no blueprint. I was just telling my story. Turns out it was everybody's story.
Richard, you are the blueprint. Period. You know what's wild, man? People forget you weren't just a stand-up. You were in huge movies. Stir Crazy, Silver Streak, Harlem Nights. You were a box office star.
Yeah, man, Hollywood didn't know what the hell to do with me. They wanted me to be Bill Cosby. I was like, nah, motherfucker, I cuss too much for sweaters.
That's the thing, though. You broke through. Back then, black actors got pigeonholed, man. But you were leading films, carrying comedies.
True. But they still tried to tame me. Don't be too black, Richard. Don't scare the white folks. I'm like, shit, my face already scared them.
Did you ever feel torn between being authentic and being Hollywood safe?
Every damn day. Hollywood wanted me clean, but the streets wanted me real. And the streets fed me, Joe.
It's crazy to me. You were the first comic who could sell out arenas and star in movies. Like, you proved comedy wasn't just nightclubs, it was global.
Yeah, but I ain't never liked Hollywood parties. Too much cocaine and fake smiles. And I was already bringing my own cocaine, so I didn't need theirs.
Dude, you had that bit about cocaine talking to you? That's one of the funniest things ever.
'Cause it was true. That shit had a voice, Joe. Be in the corner whispering, come on, Richard, light me up. That white powder was a better salesman than any agent I ever had.
Addiction's brutal, man. You were open about it, though. Drugs, women, chaos. A lot of stars hide that.
Hide it? Hell nah. I put it on stage. If I was snorting all night, the audience was going to hear about it. My pain was their ticket.
Do you think comedy saved you? Like, without stand-up, where would you have ended up?
Dead. Easy answer. I'd have been another brother buried too young. The stage was the only place I felt alive.
That honesty, man, it's why your stuff holds up. Comics today still sound fresh when they imitate you. That's rare.
Honesty don't expire, Joe. Lies get old. The truth, that shit got legs.
I wonder what you'd say about cancel culture. Today, everybody's walking on eggshells. You say the wrong word, Twitter's coming for your head.
Cancel culture? Shit, I got canceled every week in the 70s. Clubs banned me. Networks cut me. Women left me. But the people, they always came back. You can't cancel real.
Exactly. I feel like if you came up now, you'd break the internet every night. People wouldn't know whether to love you or protest you.
They do both. And both pay for tickets.
Dude, that's the thing about controversy. It fuels art. You leaned into it.
You gotta. Safe don't sell. Nobody want to hear jokes about the weather. They want blood, truth, laughter.
Man, your stand-up specials were like cultural earthquakes. Like, you didn't just tell jokes, you shifted how America saw itself.
Yeah, but I wasn't trying to be no prophet. I just told my story. Turns out America was fucked up in the same ways I was.
That's profound, though. Comedy as a mirror.
Exactly. You put the ugly truth on stage, make it funny, and people recognize themselves. That's church, man. That's confession with a laugh track.
Do you think that's why comics are so important? Like, society needs us to process reality through humor?
Damn right. Politicians lie, preachers lie, commercials lie. Comics, we the only ones telling the truth and people pay us for it.
That's heavy. And it explains why so many comics see you as the foundation. You proved that truth and funny weren't opposites, they were the same.
Yeah, but let me tell you, truth don't pay child support. Jokes do.
That's classic. But seriously, your comedy was almost therapy for you and the audience.
Therapy with a 2-drink minimum. That's the business model, baby.
I love that. And dude, I gotta say your influence goes beyond comedy. Hip-hop artists, filmmakers, even writers borrow from your style.
'Cause pain is universal. Don't matter if it's a joke, a rap verse, or a movie monologue. Pain sells when it's real.
That's so true. And you turned your pain into laughter, which is the ultimate magic trick.
Magic trick? Nah, Joe. It's survival trick. If I didn't laugh, I'd cry, and I was tired of crying.
That's raw, man. And that's why people still listen to your albums, still quote your bits. You didn't just do comedy, you gave people a way to breathe.
That's all I ever wanted. Let folks breathe for an hour. Make the struggle feel lighter, even if just for a night.
Richard, I gotta say, having you here, even in this conversation, is unreal. You're the reason we all do this.
Let me tell you something. Joe, people think comedy is about jokes. Nah, man. Jokes are just the sugar. Comedy is about truth. Truth is bitter, hard to swallow, so you wrap it up in laughter, and suddenly folks can take it in. I came from a whorehouse basement, a world full of pain and smoke and people just trying to get by. And somehow that ugliness turned into my gift. I didn't choose it, it chose me. Comedy was the only thing that kept me from dying. And even when I damn near lit myself on fire, it brought me back. See, the world don't need more lies. We get lied to all day by politicians, by commercials, sometimes by the people closest to us. But when you step on stage with a mic, you got a chance to give them one thing that's real, just one. And if you can make them laugh at that truth even for a second, that's power, that's freedom. So if anybody out there's listening, remember, pain don't last, but the laughter you pull from it, that shit echoes. That's immortality, baby. And that's all I ever wanted, to make people laugh, even when it hurt, especially when it hurt. So yeah, Joe, if I'm the blueprint, it's only because I showed you can take your broken pieces and build something beautiful. That's comedy, that's life. And that's all I got to say.
Man, that was incredible. Thank you, Richard. And to everyone listening, soak this in, laugh, think, live a little bolder. This is why we do this.
Joe Rogan Podcast, check it out.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan Podcast by night.